back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the crafts that I've really enjoyed making in preparation for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee in the UK next week. We're all going to be celebrating with an extra couple of days off work, and I have loved making my Jubilee craft. So the three things that I have found to be the most popular and that I'm going to be using at our Jubilee barbecue are in this video. So don't forget to watch all the way to the end and let me know if you have a go at making any of these crafts. All of the crafts are going to be available on my profile on Cricut Design Space, and just before we start the first craft I'm going to show you how to find my profile and therefore how to find these crafts on there. And feel free to save it in your own Cricut Design Space and make your own adaptations to the projects. I really don't mind. I love to see people using my designs. So let's jump straight into these royal crafts. The first project that I'm going to share with you is my mini Jubilee Bunting. So I'm going to just open this up by going into my projects, but when you come to use it, if you want to use my templates, then you're going to have to find me on Cricut Design Space, and I will show you how to do that in just a second once we've got this up on the screen. So if I just click on customize here, if you are coming to use my templates and you're not following me already, what you'll need to do is from your home screen, if you just search in the box here for me, Gemma Rich, and then hit enter, and then you'll see all of my projects at the bottom here, and you'll see me at the very bottom with my lovely picture here, and I'm holding that card that I made a while ago. So if you click on me, you'll see all of my shared projects that are available for you to use, and the Jubilee ones aren't on there as of the making of this video, but they will be by the time you come to look at it. So let's go back to the canvas. So just click on there and hit canvas, and the projects are up on the screen. So it's super simple project to make. This is the backing card. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Okay, and these are the actual bunting pennants, and the way that I've set them up is so that they will print then cut using A4 sheets. So if I go through to make it, you're going to see that this is already set up to go, and the way that it's grouped together is optimized, so it's going to print on a full sheet, so you're going to get your full use of all of your material and all that sort of stuff. And then the second one again is a basic cut, and that is also set onto A4. Going back to the first screen, what you're going to do is just click on continue, and you're going to want to send this to your printer. So I'm going to show you that now. Let's just choose the first maker, and then I'm going to click on send to printer. You're going to want this print to be as perfect as you can possibly get it. So you might want to mess with your printer settings, and to do that you're going to want to check this slider across so that you use your system dialog. I'm using an Epson ET2711. I don't know why it says 2710, but anyway, I'm keeping bleed on because I want there to be a little bit of an overlap on the print. If I click on print now, it's going to do a little bit of a whir and say preparing print, but somewhere in the background is going to be, there we go, there is my dialog box for my printer. So if I click on layout here, it's going to allow me to change my print settings. I'm going to change my print media to photo paper glossy, and then I'm going to just press print. Once the print's done, you're going to want to just pop it onto your mat and cut it out. Be sure to use the best setting for your material. In my case, I'm using Glossy Photo Paper, and I've got it set as a favourite, but if you haven't got this one on your machine, if you click on Browse All Materials and just type in photo into the box without the slash, you'll get, this is the result that you'll get. Click on Photo Paper and done, and then that's ready to go. Next, you'll need to cut out your backing triangles. This is just a piece of purple card that I'm using, and I'll just take those off there. You should have the same amount of backing triangles as you have of the printed Union Jack ones. In order to have a seamless finish on your bunting, what I do is just use one of these single hole punchers. You can buy these from quite a lot of stationers, and all I do is just punch my hole in the back. If you wanted to, you could always set it up so that your Cricut will cut these out, but it just takes a couple of minutes just to punch all of these. Alright, so they are done, and then I've got this glue that I'm using today, Coal I'm not sure. But anyway, it's good glue. I love this, and I've started using it recently more than tacky glue. And the reason I've been using it is because when, you know, sometimes when you use a wet glue and you put it onto cardstock and it ends up leaving a wrinkled look, this doesn't do it. So what I've done is just decanted it into one of my needle nose precision bottles, and I will link these down below because these are fab. They've got the top attached to them, and I always lose the tops, so they are fab. I've got my little Union Jacks here. They're still on the mat, so let's just get them off. Okay, there we go, they are off. So as I was saying, the reason that I have done my holes in my backing card is because this gives a really seamless look when you've got your actual flag on there. So let's just get some of this glue out. What we need to do is just make sure that we don't go up into the corners where those holes are going to be. So we just pop that on top there, and it covers up the hole, but that doesn't matter. So I'll just do another one and then I'll show you how I put it together. So let's get another one of these, and again just avoid that top corner. And pop that onto there. I think my print then cuts a little bit out. Even though I have calibrated it recently, it's still cutting that edge a little bit, so I might have to do these again, but it doesn't matter for the purposes of showing you. So I've got my twine. This is from The Works. It's super cheap. I think it's like £1.80 or something for a massive roll. Let me look. I have another roll of it here because I like to keep one in stock. Oh yeah, £1.50. 85 meters of twine. I've used this for countless banners recently, and there's still loads left. What I like to do, because the end is a bit frayed, I get a piece of sellotape and I just put that on the end just to make that a little bit more sturdy. And then all I'll do is just peel back my backing and put that through there, and then it comes out the other side. And now it just looks really flawless, and you can't really see where it's going. So that is the first little bunting. Once I've strung all of my banners, all I do is just fold them up back to back on each other like this. And then I can package them and get them ready to go out to the customers. This next one that I'm going to share with you is another one of my favourites. Super simple to make, and again this one will be available on my profile, so just follow the instructions at the start of the video again to find this one. And all I'm doing is just sticking these together right now, but this again is another print then cut, and all you'll have to do is print out, either you can do 5 or 6, or you can do a whole page, whatever you want to do. I've done, I think, 35 to 1 sheet of A4 paper, so that works pretty well for me. And all I'm doing now is just assembling them. So I've got the print then cut of the corgis' heads, and then the little crown that you can see that I'm trying to apply here is also on there, and it does come out as a separate piece. I do wish it would come together, but it just makes it a little bit longer to assemble. And then the other ones that I've got are little bow ties, and I've just got a backing in gold foil card, and then I'm going to put those onto some straws. These are the straws that I'm going to be attaching them to, and I got these from B&M Bargains. You get 40 straws, and I think they're about £1.80. And what I like to do is just pick out one of each of the colours, and then I'll do 3 of the corgi heads and then 3 of the little bow ties. And all I'm doing is just going to use my glue gun, so my hot glue gun. I've got it heating up, you can just see it on the right hand side there, and I'm just going to pop a tiny blob of glue onto the back of each one of the little corgi's heads and the bow ties, and then I just stick them onto the straw about 3 inches down. Just make sure they're nice and straight when you do stick them on. Of course, these won't be waterproof because they are inkjet printed, but the straws are great for like slushies or just normal drinks, anything that you want to have on Jubilee Day. Another thing that I've been making quite a lot of recently for the Jubilee are these awesome little windmill pinwheels. They don't go around because, well, they would do, I guess, but they're not going to like go around in the wind unless we make sure that we've got a gap between the straw and the actual main body of the pinwheel. But these are super duper easy to make as well, and you don't really need necessarily to have a Cricut machine to do this. You could do this just on its own with a piece of card, but I have done a design on the Cricut, and once again it will be available on my profile, so just have a quick look at that and that'll be on there for you. So all you're going to need to make these are a piece of card. I've done this one about 12 centimeters ish square. You're going to need one of these split pins here. Do you remember these from school? So they go through the hole and then you just split them out that way. I apologise for the terrible camera angle here. I've broken my overhead arm thingy and I'm waiting for a new one to come, so I'm having to use a tripod on my desk, which isn't ideal, you know. So here is a split pin that you're going to need. I bought a pack of these from Wilko. These were like £1.30 and you get 70 in there. They call them golden fasteners, but they're like split thingies. So if you are using the Cricut will do all the cutting for you, and you will end up with something that looks like this when you get it off the mat. And it's got 4 holes cut in it round the edges of the actual main body of the card, and then 1 in the centre. Now if you were doing this manually, what you're going to want to do is just cut out a square and then cut at a 45-degree angle into the centre, but leaving like a square, and then you've got another cut in the middle for another circle. You could use one of these handheld single hole punches to achieve that. So what you're going to do once you have got your square cut out, I would suggest getting your split pin thingy, put it through your first hole and then bend it over, because this can be a little bit fiddly otherwise. You're going to need 2 hands, and put that through the next one on top of it, and then push that down, and then put that one again through, so they're basically all sitting here like this. And then the last one here in this corner, if we just bend that over so it's quite fiddly, and then just get that onto there, and you can see that shape of the pinwheel is coming already, and you've got that last piece of the split pin just to come through the centre hole there, and then just push it down, and then you have made the shape of your windmill. So now what you want to do is turn it over and just press that out the other side like that. I'm just using paper straws to fasten mine to. These ones have got a bend in them, but it doesn't matter too much. So all you're going to do then is pop your straw or whatever on the back. You can either glue it in place, or what I've been doing is just getting my split pin pieces and just pressing them around my straw until that is fixed onto there. And there we go. One little windmill, and I've made these in the red and the white and the blue, and I'm going to put these in the garden just in the plant pots when we have our little barbecue on Jubilee Day. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I'd love to see you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and let me know if you've got any questions or comments down below. Have a brilliant week, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye.